Hello there, everybody. No dilly-dallying today, we're going to be getting straight into things. I want to chop down some of these trees to get a better look at the surrounding area. Welcome to another episode of my survival series. Now that we've cleared out that area, what is on our agenda today? I would really like to make some sort of wool or sheep farm. Before we do any of that, a humble old little wheat farm down there, it's not doing that well. So, let's grab our potatoes. And let's head off in search of a good farm location. Now, there's a lot of flowers in this area, but I kind of want to keep it that way, at least for now, whilst I'm still formulating my plans of what to do in this area. I mean, this little area here doesn't look too bad, though mind you, it's relatively hilly, so I wouldn't really be able to get a very flat industrial sort of farm, and there won't really be much room for expansion considering I've got some pretty big plans. Let's head over this mountain range and see if there's any lands we can use. So it looks like we've already got a natural waterfall going down into this sort of open field, so you could probably get a good wheat field on this mound here. Or maybe we should start in the savannah, because the savannah's colour palette matches that of the wheat quite well. The lava pool is bad, but the rest of this bit is pretty good actually. My thinking is we get started around this area, chop down some trees. My arch nemesis has appeared before me. Oh gosh, he has a piercing crossbow by the looks of it. Hello, they're getting me relatively low. Yes, chestnut. Now that was quite the battle. Pesky pillagers always out to ruin my day. So, the plan for this area is we are going to be expanding further out into this giant savanna valley. And I'm hoping that I can get a bunch of windmills kind of lining the side of the valley. A bit like the Tabantha Frontier in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Something along those lines. Additionally, I've also started marking out a little bit of a path in gravel and cobblestone. As you can see, I've done a bit more tilling than really necessary, just so that I can easily expand the farm without having to grab the nearest hoe. So now let's turn our attention back to our lumber hut and return to the sheep pen, where we will begin working on getting ourselves some industry set up. Up we go. There we go. Come on. Another one to add to my fine collection indeed. Excuse me, fellas. Let's grab our dies and get these sheep sorted. Right. Ooh, magenta. That's nice. Red, orange, ink. Awesome. Is there yellow? Another light grey one. If we want a specific colour of wool, we can just go out and track down the dye. That reminds me, lapis lazuli makes blue dye. Oink. Now that we've got our sheep dyed up, let's build a cave and stick them inside. Despite having finished off most of the actual farm itself, we are missing a few things. For example, there is meant to be an observer. However, to get an observer, you need to have quartz, which means you need to go to the nether. Nor do we have enough redstone to actually complete the circuitry. So, let's head over to that lava pit near the farm and grab ourselves some obsidian. Right, we're coming up on the lava pool now. Spot. Woo! Oh, there's a little bit left. And now we do the hard stuff. Now we have to mine it. While we mine this out, I just want to take a quick minute to address the year gap between Survival Series episodes. A lot of last year was taken up by preparations to get some big new qualifications this year, and on top of that I also had a few issues socially over some past misunderstandings. All of that ate up quite a lot of my time, and that, as well as the motivation drop after Technological SMP, ended up delaying the original release for this video from September to now. However, this year I'm a lot more prepared. I've got a whole bank of pre-made content ready to go, so I hope you guys all enjoy, at least for now, a little bit of a return to normal as far as my content schedule goes. That took way longer than I expected. I got blown up by a creeper. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Let us go to the Nether. There we go. All I need is 9 of these, and then we can leave this hellish landscape. They've improved the ambience since I was last here. There's a lot of lava falls and nether wastes. And there's a little bit of what looks like the beginnings of a crimson forest here as well. Oh, look, there's a hoglin there. That is a not very welcome sign. Oh, there's some glowstone. Maybe I should grab some. Through we go. Goodbye, Nether. See you next time. And we're back in the overworld, and we've got the quartz as well that we need to build with chestnuts, so I think we might be able to finish this. Oh, for goodness sake, I forgot about the redstone, didn't I? Chestnut, I don't want to catch you in the crossfire of any sneaky creepers without first getting you some dog armor. Admittedly, I have been doing a bit of searching of caves off camera. Now, I've already had a look at some of the higher mountainous areas. I think that trying to find something that goes below, like this cave here, isn't that ideal? Will really help us out. Ooh. This one's a bit big. Not sure how I feel about it. Well, I think that we're not going to have any trouble finding any redstone. I think the trouble's going to be getting to it. Right, oh gosh, whoa, that was a heavy hitter. What has that guy been drinking? Oh no. Where be my shield? Where me shield at? And it is missing. Or am I blind? No, it is missing.
A few minutes later.
My shield is in my hot inventory. Right, that is. Right, where were we? Immediately, what can we see? I think that is a copper vein over there, if I'm not mistaken. There is more pressing matters, such as the zombies. I'm actually going to swap out these pants here because they are not. They're gone. Ooh, we're in another cave area with lava, of all things. Strategy. Get the skeletons to go in lava. Your wit is no match for my wit. I have better wit. My brain cells are working harder than yours. Ooh. Yep, always amazes me when I look at that one. Yeah. Oh gosh, he's not dead. Whoa. Is that... That is an ancient city. Redstone! First one. Let's go. No, my redstone. Yeah, take my redstone. I will slay you. I will just take a scout on this little rock face here, though. Ah, hello there. Oh, blip bloop. Half of that stuff went down into the ancient city, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, we haven't got any of the armor yet. Pants. Oh. That is a bed. Okay, I'm not risking it for a biscuit. Let's scoop up some more resources, everybody. It's been a while since I've caught you guys up to speed with my latest progress, so I think now is the perfect time to take a look at what I've been getting up to. So if we look over here, we've got our minecarts, which is triggered whenever a sheep eats some food as the observer detects it. It activates the dispenser to shear the sheep. This is the design in work. Harvest has been okay. We've constructed a little bit of a outhouse looking structure. However, inside it's actually a dog house. And I also made Chestnut his own little play garden area. As you can see, he's enjoying the outdoors right now. We've got a little bit of dog parkour, some fences to keep him safe from hostile mobs, a little bit of food. Wait, scratch that. Hay bales for aesthetic purposes. The other most recent developments are just over the hills. We can see I've got the beginnings of a path, and I'm planning to make a staircase of sorts going down from this position here. I've added in some fences for some loose railings and little bits of rock jutting out from the landscape. This was actually inspired by a hike I went on recently in the Welsh mountains. I saw a lot of tors and other rock formations. I mean, my gosh, does this area look cool. Let me go to sleep quickly and then we'll harvest up some wheat. Well, I mean, it's not much, but I've expanded the farm just a tad bit. I think it's probably best for us to head back into the valley. Okay, I've just raided our wool supplies from the sheep. We've got about a stack of 7 different wool colours, which should be more than enough to get us started on making some outlines. We want to have, say, like, oh no. Is it worth dealing with this guy? I died. Die. Oh, sod it. I get to show my amazing combat skills, guys. What do you mean? I'm so amazing. So as I was saying, I really like this idea of having multiple tiers and levels in this settlement, or whatever we're going to construct. So I've actually done a little bit of terraforming to get an idea of the kind of tiers that we want. This area here, I kind of like the look of, and I'm going to be making some sort of library. That's what I'm thinking so far. Sort of L shape for this house. That'll do. On this top layer, I was thinking maybe some sort of noblesman building here. Some sort of like mansion. Space next to it could be some sort of housing district. I'm just gonna like cordon off this area. We could have some sort of central market. Let's see, is that central? I think I need to build it to the other side. Do let me know down in the comments whether you prefer the idea of a market square or a market street, which I have marked in pink. So I'm thinking that we have a little corner of the town here as an industrial area. I'd say let's have a building outside of both of the mines. And this can be the village blacksmith. We can include some sort of armor shop, some small residential miners building. We could have a portaloo, that could be funny. Light grey. The tavern. There we go. I'm going to mark another one of those more general housing estates out in yellow wool here. Here, some sort of watchtower. So I'm thinking we build some kind of dock in this little bay that has been naturally created. So with this cobblestone placed down, let's start planning out where the pathways are going to go. I'm actually going to quickly mark in a giant line, just like following the hill, and then beyond that, some sort of ranch. How would you like to be farmed, buddy? I don't speak pig, but that didn't exactly scream enthusiasm to me. Let's think of something we can do with this. And we can have a pathway which connects up with my current house. I guess we can have another pathway, the way to get to 64 subscribers monument. And here we actually get a really good view of all of the outlines we've made today. I can kind of see it coming together, you know? All of these outlines and sort seem to have come together relatively nicely in my opinion. I'd say we've made some significant improvements to our home and living conditions with all of those wheats and fields that we've got planted, as well as our texture work following the path. All in all, I think that we've done a good job of setting our plans down. So next episode is going to be a more building focused one. We're going to be taking to the other side of the valley and moving out of our little lumber shack, as the storage situation is starting to look just a bit like a problem. For now, it's getting dark, so until the next one, I'm Villager64, and I hope you all have a good day!